This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 83 more days behind bars for Jacure. Reggae star Jacure will be detained for another 83 days in a Dutch cell before he will be summoned to appear at an Amsterdam court in an open session to answer to charges related to an alleged stabbing incident in the Netherlands. On Monday, the council chamber of the Amsterdam court extended the pre-trial detention for the unconditional love singer until the middle of January 2022. The total period of pre-trial arrest cannot exceed 110 days, 6 days in police custody, 14 days in detention, and 90 days on remand. Court proceedings must begin within this period. At the beginning of January 2022, the suspect will be summoned to appear at the Amsterdam court in an open session. Franklin Watimine, press officer of the Netherlands Police Prosecution Service, told the news on Tuesday. Once he is summoned to an open session, members of the public will be able to attend, and the journalists are also able to follow and report on the proceedings. The 43-year-old man is suspected of attempted murder, attempted manslaughter, aggravated assault, or attempted aggravated assault. He has a public defender. We don't give his name until the first public hearing, Watimina said. The behind these prison walls singer has been behind the bars in the Netherlands following an alleged stabbing incident involving a popular promoter for the last 3 weeks. Jacure, whose real name is Sikaturi Alcock, was arrested following the incident in Damsker in the city center of Amsterdam on October 1. Police reports suggest that after the incident, the alleged victim reported the matter to the police, and after a quick investigation, the police arrested Jacure in Utrecht on October 2. Policewoman implicated in Pathways International incident interdicted. The news has been informed that the policewoman who was among the congregants of the Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries taken into custody more than a week ago has been interdicted. It's reported that the policewoman is now the subject of an investigation by the Police High Command. She was taken into custody on October 18 when a police team stormed into the church after receiving reports that congregants were being killed as part of a religious ritual. 2 of the congregants died after their throats were slashed. 3 other members were injured. The leader of the church, Kevin Smith, died on Monday in a motor vehicle crash on the Linseed bypass in St. Catherine. He was being transported from Montego Bay to Kingston. A policeman, Constable Arlond Irons, also died in the mishap. 2 other police officers who were injured remain in critical condition. Exclansman says a plot to kill cop triggered him to split from gang. A plot being hatched by Klansman gangsters to murder a top investigator of the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigations branch was allegedly the main prompt for the main witness in the trial involving 33 alleged members of the St. Catherine-based gang to leave their ranks. I didn't want to be part of that, so I sent out a notice. I asked someone to contact the police. I didn't want to be part of this gang, so I contacted them and started to talk to them, the witness said during cross-examination on Tuesday morning. He claimed the plot to murder the investigator was being hatched in the holding area of the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston after he and his then cronies got arrested and were waiting to be brought into court to answer to the charge of being a member of a criminal organization. Witness number 2, who has been testifying from a remote location since the trial started in September, said he grappled with feelings of fear as he knew turning against the gang could cost him his life and that of his family members. He also said he started drifting from the Klansman after a friend of his who introduced him to the gang was killed. According to the witness, being scared was the reason he held back some details from the police when giving his statement to them. He told the court that he had been more detailed in his testimony here because he now knew they knew who he was and there was no need to hold back. 23-year-old killed in early morning gun attack on North Street. A 23-year-old laborer is dead following a shooting incident in downtown Kingston on Tuesday morning. The news understands that the deceased was gunned down by unknown assailants about 6:50 a.m. on North Street as he made his way to work. It is believed that 2 other people were injured in the attack. The Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force confirmed the shooting incident but was unable to immediately provide details. More details to come as investigations into the incident continue. MOH renews calls for Jamaicans to get vaccinated amid new U.S. travel requirement. In light of the United States requirement that as of November 8, all non-immigrant and non-citizen air travelers to their country be fully vaccinated, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is reminding Jamaicans that there are several access points to get their shots. In a statement today, the ministry said these access points include the over 60 fixed health sites across the island, some 17 private sector facilities, along with several vaccination sites established by the Private Sector Vaccine Initiative, the mobile units, and the pop-up blitzes at offices and in town centers. Noting that the decision taken by the U.S. was only a matter of time, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton shared that the stance might be just the push Jamaicans need to get vaccinated. This is an added incentive for Jamaicans to become vaccinated, as all the vaccines currently available in the country, which are approved by the World Health Organization, will be accepted by the U.S. government, he said. He added this was only a matter of time as countries around the world continue to implement their recovery plan and to formulate their new normal. In addition to satisfying travel requirements, the ministry continues to encourage Jamaicans to get vaccinated against COVID-19 to help prevent serious illness, hospitalization, and/or death. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in the United States on Monday announced that effective November 8, 2021, all non-immigrant and non-citizen air travelers to the USA will be required to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and to provide a proof of vaccination status before boarding a plane to the States. Central Kingston tense following gang shootout. Despite a heavy security presence in the central Kingston area, there was an early morning shootout between rival members of the Dark Side and the Genocide gangs. Reports are that the shootout happened at the intersection of East Queen Street and the Simit Lane. The police say they have recovered over 15 spent cases so far from the scene. No fatalities were reported, however the community remains tense. 100 private doctors are now able to administer free vaccines. Approximately 100 private doctors will be able to administer COVID-19 vaccinations starting Wednesday, October 27. The announcement was made by Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, during the COVID-19 Conversations digital conference this morning. He said the doctors have been determined based on collaboration and discussions with them working with the Medical Association of Jamaica. These physicians are currently registered with the Medical Council of Jamaica and are approved by the Health Department in the respective parishes in which they operate to administer vaccines under immunization regulations. Tufton said the vaccines will be offered free of charge to patients. That number may change as necessary or more doctors are available and are willing to participate. He argued that the inclusion of the private physicians will increase the number of fixed sites together with the community and the mobile outreach activities to widen vaccination accessibility. Businessman becomes a 24th murder victim in St. Thomas. The St. Thomas police have commenced investigations into Monday night's shooting of a man at his business place in the Whitehall area of the parish. Dead is Warren Williams, a businessman of Whitehall in the parish. Reports are that about 8:30 p.m., Williams was at his establishment close to his home when he was pounced upon by an armed man who opened gunfire, hitting him. The culprit reportedly fled the area. Williams was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. St. Thomas has recorded 24 murders so far this year. This is one more than 23 homicides recorded in the Southeast Parish for the entire period last year. Old Harbour Market site gets facelift. The popular site just above the town clock in Old Harbour St. Catherine known to many as the Old Harbour Market, is getting a much-needed facelift. According to Councillor Steve Graham, Jamaica Labour Party Old Harbour Central Division, the owner of the property across the road, which houses the bus park, has given notice to the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. The area now used for vending will have to make way for the relocated bus park. A part of the market will now become the bus park, and the taxi stand. Vendors will be relocated to the market house, Graham told the news. He could not provide a specific completion date, but noted that work is being done night and day at the site. Vendors' concerns about the relocation of the market will be addressed in the future, said Graham. Police probing fatal shooting in Broadleaf, Manchester. The Manchester police are probing the shooting of two men, one fatally in Littlehampton, Broadleaf on Tuesday morning. It was reported that about 7:30, Chinard Campbell, 25, was at a shop when he was attacked and shot several times by gunmen. Investigators believe the incident is linked to a gang conflict in the community of Comfort. Shortly after the incident, a two-bedroom house was seen on fire close to the scene. Investigators are trying to determine if there is a connection to the shooting. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.